Quarter Ninja presents.
Hello, and welcome back to our car restoration series of videos, where we play Car Mechanic Simulator 2018 and we restore cars to their former glory. Here we have one of our previous restoration. We always show one at the beginning of a new episode. And this is actually a very interesting looking car, as you can see, and I think I like color, honestly. I wasn't sure before, but I think it makes sense. And the wheels also. So yeah, I think it's nice. And let me know in the comments below, what do you think? The car itself is Holden HQ Sandman Panel Van, or Van, and that's the proper pronouncing, I believe. And it is actually a van which had a V8 engine in it. You see, we have here a supercharged V8, and it was known as Shagging Wagon. It's an interesting story about that, but yes, it is actually, known well for that. And it is an Australian car, and I told a whole story about the car in the restoration episode, so if you want to know a bit more about it, feel free to jump in the episode about this specific car and listen to its history and check the process of restoration. So this is the one, the plate, license plate on the back, the only one we have, is up for the grabs still, and if you want a car to have a customized license plate with your name and with your state or country, let me know and I will do it if the request is reasonable enough. Okay, so this is the beautiful machine, very strange, very unusual, but it's going back to its parking place. And I'm bringing a new project for today, which is again a little bit different, a little bit, yeah, you will see. Let me find it, it's here. So now we are talking about GAZ 69A. Actually, let me just put here. So GAZ 69A, or was. Actually, it is a Russian Jeep, or in a way. And I will tell a little bit about the history of the car later. This one specifically, if you look, has V6 engine. So this is the mod. And in reality, the car didn't have V6 engine. It's completely crazy to put V6 in this one, but it doesn't really matter. We are making it because it's a beautiful looking old school terrain 4x4 vehicle. And as always, I will do full disassembly process in advance, and I will wait for you with car prepared for assembly. So I'll be back in a second. And we are back with fully disassembled car. With this one, interesting enough, you get only this part of chassis, nothing else. But it doesn't really matter. And we will do our 5 steps. If you follow my videos, you know the 5 steps already. So the first step is to drop our battery to charger, because it's a good practice. Second step is to take our interior detailing kit and send it to the lifter 1. Now with this car is strange because it doesn't have interior, but still we are going to do interior repair. We cannot see it on this specific model, but it doesn't really matter. What is important is that we did it, and it will apply to interior once when it's done. So we are sending, a third step is to send welder, and welder will take care about the bodywork, and here only bodywork is this metal frame, but it doesn't really matter. So we will pay $1,000. You see, now this frame is perfect, and that is important step because it makes car, in a perfect shape. Basically, whole bodywork is fixed. Fourth step would be to come to repair bench and to repair parts. What we can repair. Actually, anything that is 15% or up to 99% can be repaired. Anything less than 15% cannot. And I always repair stuff, although we play in sandbox mode, we have, 900 millions, but still this is good practice, and you should do it always. When you play in career mode, it's important. Especially, when you talk about engine blocks, about gearboxes, some body parts, these things are expensive. When you play in career mode, it's really important to have as much repaired as you can. So basically we repaired what we could, and now we are going to our inventory, and this is the 5th step, saying sell parts, 98, 99, doesn't really matter. And we will sell all these. You see, this is the old engine, but we are going to sell it. And all these red parts, this is called groups. So this consists of the rim and the tire. And actually you cannot sell them with sell command, but you need to manually sell them. Now we sold them all. We don't want broken parts in our inventory, and we can start with assembly process immediately. First step will be to take our beautiful engine. I prepared it, you see. It is nice engine. It is powered with all the power parts, performance parts. So yes, let's take it. And we will use our engine crane and install engine into the car. Perfect. So engine is in, and I'm moving crane back to its proper place. It's there. And now we can start assembly process. Now this is interesting. Let's go to engine bay and see what can we add from here. Battery is charging, you know that. Let's see, radiator A, and there is 2 radiators A. Okay, and do we have... no, we don't. Okay, let's go, and maybe you know, maybe you don't, but as we are repairing our car, we will sometimes need to buy parts, and you see, I'm now buying like some parts that we need and a little bit more. Okay, oh, this is the normal one. So you see, I didn't pay proper attention. We have this B1 and the normal one. So I bought a B1, it doesn't really matter. I think this one goes there, and now it should be okay. So you have to pay proper attention. Sometimes, you know, you just miss things, it doesn't matter. Let's add this, and this is combining, you know, fan and the housing, and then we have it here. We have a filter base, and we have performance filter here, you see the red one. And then we have air filter cover, which we need to screw with these 4 screws. Okay, this is brake servo, which I know I bought few of them a few days ago. Battery is going in last. I think this is it, the parts that we can access from the engine bay. Let's put car up now, and we will start our assembly process from the suspension. I will assemble the car. And as always, I will talk a little bit about the car history. If I need some parts, I will just jump and buy them. So, you know, you bear with me and you can follow the process what I'm doing. And we are always doing these power parts, putting wherever we can. Okay, so this is the lift brake suspension, pretty normal one. So I think this is going to fit well. And let's go. So what we are doing here, we are basically making the GAZ or UAZ, and that is depending on the factory which was making them. GAZ was Gorky automobile factory, that would be the basically best translation, and Gorky is the city, of course, and the other one, UAZ, would be Ulyanovsk, again, automobile factory, or cannot remember the proper name in Russian. I remember it was a zavod at the end, that should be like factory or production plant. But you know, this is actually the same machine with 2 names, GAZ 69 or UAZ 69. So that would be UAZ or GAZ. And it was depending on the factory which was making them. So the car was basically in production from 1953 all the way until 1972, and it was a standard 4x4 vehicle of Russian army, of Soviet army then, and later I think that even in Russian army few of them served. Late in their days, and the car actually was imported to many countries, and you know, it was used by many militaries. It is a robust, cheap to maintain, very good. So you know, it's a proper 4x4 vehicle that doesn't need much money or a great deal of how do we call that, great deal of repairs and things like that. Just let me check. I think we need this plate here. Great deal of maintenance. I couldn't remember the word. It's interesting. Sometimes the brain just stops. I was thinking about the history of the car, so I couldn't connect it. So yes, that was it. And the car actually had inline engine, 4 cylinders, 2.1 liter, with 56 horse powers. And later, I think it was upped to 2.4 liters with 65 horsepower. So basically one engine, just a little bit different cubic centimeters and a little bit different power. And actually, let us check, something is missing here for some strange reason. I will keep talking, just give me a moment to check. I'm wondering what is going on. Okay, we will do front suspension first and then we will finish with everything else. So as I said, it was produced until 1972. I told you about engines. Usually it was produced, 2 doors version with a canvas, fabric canvas on the top of the vehicle and at the back. Or it was, like hardtop with 4 doors, depending, on the situation and the purpose the car was needed for. We need brake caliper, definitely. Let's buy a few of them. And it was built in 600,000 examples or in Russia and Soviet Union, actually. And I'm not sure about the numbers in other countries, but I know that Romanians built them. They had license and they built a few different versions. And I believe there was maybe some East German license built version and things like that. So that was about the history. There is not many things to say. It was really car that you could find everywhere. It served many armies, nations. It was very good in what it did. Robust, simple, and nice machine for the purpose it was made for. We need steering rack. Let's front drive axle D we have. So we need steering rack. Let's buy it. So that was it about the history. If you want to know more, as always, just jump to the internet and there are quite a few websites which will give you all the info you need about this machine. And in 72 it was succeeded by I think GAZ, cannot remember honestly, but the different version of the same vehicle, the modern one, let's call it, and up until today, where the Russian army runs some really modern 4x4 machines, more or less like every army in the world has them. Okay, so the process of assembly is not so complicated. It's actually quite easy. The car has been made well, from what I can see, in terms of the mod and the modder who did it. There is no big problems. The parts are fitting very well, everything is in its place. So yeah, I think very nice build. Although this build, as you can see, the bodywork doesn't exist as such, but it is more like, everything is done by panels that are added to the chassis later, which is okay. Some cars will be almost one part, one body part, and you just add few parts on it, but this one is a little bit different. I know that we don't have this front exhaust section D V6B. Let's see, this is do we have it in power boost parts? Front exhaust section D. Ooh, that was 2 pipes if I'm not mistaken. No, I don't think. Well, I think I am mistaken. Have I got this? And then maybe I will buy one middle muffler. What do you reckon, guys? We always need these middle mufflers, so maybe this car will need one. You see? It does, actually. Oh, I had them all. Also, these are power performance parts. You see this one brings 2.25% on performance. Okay, so let us see. We have here front drive axle A, which I'm absolutely sure I don't have. Front drive axle A, this is the one. We will buy one because usually these are not used too much, so I don't want to keep many of them in inventory, not because of money or anything, but because of strain on the computer and the inventory system. Gearbox B V6B. We have this normal one, but we are going to buy, this is B V6B. Let's go to Gear Grip Shop. BV6B, where it should be. This is, I think, the one, yes. And this is the performance gearbox with gears that you can basically set, you know, gear ratios. So we are always in our restorations using these nice gearboxes. It has a transfer case. There is no power part for transfer case, as much as I know, and this front drive shaft is going here, and as always starter. Okay, starters usually in majority of the cases, which is interesting, you will not get them with the car, when especially junkyard cars and things like that, and yeah, you have to have them in stock. So I just bought one. And okay, drive shaft should be, from my point of view, probably one of the last, if not the last mechanical thing that we should do. And we will check that in a moment. Just let us put these screws in place. Okay, so right click and then we go to car status or info and we are checking. All of that is 100%, you see. That's actually perfect. And the battery, we are missing battery, we know that. And tires and the body parts. Yes, as I said, it seems that our mechanical part of the job is done. So, next step, let's put tires. What I've done, I used actually what was in the original, the same tires and same rims. I was checking the historical pictures, and these rims, which are from Willis, Jeep Willis, are pretty much similar to what the UAZ originally had. So I didn't want to play around and to put some nice, crazy rims. I just wanted it to be, you know, proper, original stock. I think that fits the car well. We will see once when we take it down. Okay, so let's put one level down, and until then I will just take the battery from here and come back and put battery in. And that would conclude our mechanical build. So now we are moving car to our garage entrance A or 1, where usually, well, not usually, always the finalization of the car is done, bodywork and everything, because you see there is a lot of space, we can run around and things like that. I bought out the parts in advance, so let's do it. There is no interchangeable parts, you know, like no additional wings or something else. It's simply what you have. You have one part for everything and that's it. So let's go. We are going from, I don't know, we will put all repaired parts, and I plan to keep it in the same color, because I do believe this is the color that, you see, it switches out sometimes from this mode. It's interesting. Okay, front bumper, and let's see, we have here headlights, of course. Perfect, nothing here. Let's put hood. I like this hood. And you see, this is the whole body, which I really like. I like the concept. The guy who did the mod did it very nicely. And this is 4-door version, but with a soft top, I would say. Yeah, and this probably should be soft top. You see, this is all one part, and then you have like these things. We cannot edit from here. Okay, doesn't really matter, we will do that later. Trunk is here, this part, rear bumpers, and then, okay, I didn't put original, doesn't really matter, we have to paint the car eventually, so it's not a big deal. Let's put doors, and I think that would be it, and I go out to this mode, and I come here, and I open the door, and then again this should be it, front end, okay. And let us check, again, car status, that is the best way to check it. Steering wheel, seat and bench wheelies, and license plate, and we are missing sway bar, front end link B. Okay, this is interesting. I'm absolutely not sure how did we miss it. I'm also just want to check, can we add that from here? And which one is missing? Not this one. Is it? No, we will have to put it on the hour lifter. Just for a second, bear with me. So you see, when I was checking the list, somehow I missed that one, and I exactly know where it is. You see, it is here. I see it already. I know it is done. 10 seconds, not a big deal. Returning car back. And okay, we need interior. Usually I put interior at the end, but at the moment I think, honestly, what steering wheel do we need? Let's put it, it's 3. Let's put it as it was original. So we are going to our interiors, 3, steering wheel 3. I don't like it. I don't think that is the proper steering wheel. It's okay, it doesn't really matter. At the moment it doesn't really matter. What we are going to do, we are going to buy this, and let's check. Can we add interior now? Perfect, this is one. We could add Carrera seats, but we will not. And steering wheel. I'm still unsure about the steering wheel, but it doesn't really matter. Let me know in the comments below what do you think about steering wheel, and should we change it or not. Okay, so that is it from what I can see. There are no glass, nothing. Okay, so what we are going to do now, let's send our car to our paint shop and let's do the paint. We should do the same color, and this green is well known. I think there is no issue about that. That is the actual almost military green, I would say. Let's paint it and see. It's normal color, just normal. Yeah, I think that is very nice. No need to change anything about that. What are we going to do now? Let's add oil. Why we are going to add oil? Just because we are going to put car on the dyno. Just to check how many horses we have now. This is going to be a little bit unreal because original had 56 and the top version it had 65. This one will go a bit more over that, but yeah. And when I say a bit, I think a bit, but we will see. Okay, I want to close the door, keep it neat and tidy, and let's see. When we click here, we will see. Now the car has 285. Let's run dyno. I would expect anywhere from 350, 450. We will see. Not 450 really, I think maybe it is. We will see. Let's 469. Although you see I was almost on my money. So 469 and 587 Newton meters of torque, which is way too much for this car, of course, but really doesn't matter. It looks nice. Okay, let's return the car back to its place on parking 1. And let's see what do we have here. I'm quite interested. First we will check info. Now let's slowly go through all of this. We need 100% everywhere except for license plates. Okay, so my dear friends, as you can see, we did another interesting build, I would say. It is Soviet era 4x4 vehicle, GAZ 69 or UAZ 69. And it was a military Jeep, what you would call, and it served the Soviet army, and I think some of them served even a Russian army after it dissolved from the Soviet Union to Russia back again. I don't know, I kept everything as original as it could be, you know, even these wheels I think are fitting. Maybe I should paint wheels in black or dark green, which would give it even more military look. Let me know what do you think about that. We can always do that later. It's a little bit of work, but I wouldn't mind. Also, the plates front and rear are for the grabs, as always. So if you want your country or state and your name, or you know, something that you like to be on the plate, license plates, let me know, and if request is reasonable enough, I will gladly do it and customize it for you. That is for this build, I think it. There is not much to talk about it. Perfect, nice, beautiful car. I'm really happy that I built one, and I think I will build another one in proper red color, because these vehicles were also coming out in red, the fiery red. And that's about it. So yes, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun together with me building this really nice machine. Please let me know in the comments below, what do you think about the car, what do you think about my channel, my videos, how do you find them, and also what I really want to know the most is what car would you like to see restored? You know, what is your favorite car? And let me know. And if I have this car, if I can find it on junkyard or somewhere in barns or whatever, I will restore it for you. You can even choose color, you can choose, you know, license plates, we can customize it, even rims if you have the game and you can tell me what rims do you want, etc, tires, whatever. So yeah, why not? Let me know, and I will do it if I can. Also, please subscribe, like the videos. It's just one click, and you know, it helps me a lot, and I really appreciate that. And I will be with you back very soon with another restoration, another project. Until then, please go and restore something of your own. You know, find some car that you like and bring it to the former glory. So see you again very soon. Have a good day, and bye-bye.
Please subscribe to this channel, share and like this video. Thank you.